about time to pack up this nigga Kevin Hart. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Super cooned out. Super. He strayed away so far from who he is just to appease his sponsors. We understand, you gotta keep certain stuff G. We understand that you gotta keep certain stuff G, if you have, sponsors. You got people behind you paying money and everything. But now when that goes out of alignment to your actual beliefs and how do you, situate yourself and protect your own culture, yeah, you gotta get packed up. You gotta get packed up. That's where you cross the lines where you're into the ranges of being called a coon, or you're in the ranges of saying, all right, this brother's lost. He needs to get out. He's stuck because of that. Like this, okay, Tony Hinchcliffe made a joke about George Floyd. It was very distasteful. It was trash. Like, so they try to use the guise of freedom of speech and comedy is dying to get off racist jokes. Just to be racist. Not even get off racist jokes, just to be just flat out racist and try to say it in the joke form. Like, it don't even be like cool whatsoever. So this is his actual response to this, which was summarily disappointing that it made TMZ and now he's trending.
Yeah, the George Floyd joke, it wasn't a tasteful joke to our culture, to our audience. But our audience that's watching the roast, if you're watching the roast, you get why they're doing it. You get why the racial humor is
all right, brother. All right. Gotta keep
on
going.
The table. Like, it's not.
Gotta keep going.
I wasn't shocked. Like, that's what they do. Go look at the Tom Brady one. Like, that's what they do. It happens every year when they do a roast. It's not new. This isn't it's not a new agenda. It's not a new approach to comedy.
Do you feel like Tony Hinchcliffe went too far when he made that joke about George Floyd?
It's Tony Hinchcliffe.
Yeah.
Like, I don't expect less. I don't expect more.
I feel like you're saying going too far is the point. I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Yes, I mean, that's why you're there. Mm-hmm. And I hate to say this, but I'm going to because we're being honest.
Come on, man. Don't say.
People are talking about that joke. Talk about his set. Tony Hinchcliffe arguably had the best set.
The joke ruined the set. The joke ruined the set. Kevin Hart. And you try to say Tony Hinchcliffe had the best set. No, he didn't. Cat Williams had the best set by far, and he didn't tell one joke. It just happened to be funny what he was saying. So when it comes down to the guys of comedy, you can't sit here and use the cloak of comedy just to be flat out racist and just try to get off your insults and bigotry. You cannot do that. That's the problem. We know the difference between jokes and talking about experiences in a joking manner, as we heard from Richard Pryor, as we heard from Red Fox, as we heard from Paul Mooney, of where they take the black experience and the dark parts of black experience and we make light of them. But then we also say it in contrast of the fact of dealing with our white counterparts and how they view us and how we view them. That joke about George Floyd was not that. It was not that. It was just got off some racist stuff. Then he tries to bring up Tom Brady, like, yeah, you should have saw, what they did with Tom Brady. First of all, he's a white Caucasian male that is being roasted. So why should there be any black jokes at all? Why? And I did see they were getting off black jokes. I'm like, ain't this supposed to be about Tom Brady? But you're just getting off black jokes. What is going on? So Kevin Hart, bro, terrible. And you knew it was bad because you had to go up to the Breakfast Club to basically explain yourself. So for people who don't know outside of our culture that may see this video, or you don't know what Breakfast Club is, Breakfast Club has kind of turned into the principal's office. So when you say something out of pockets or do something that's out of pocket, most of the time you're going to have to go up to the Breakfast Club and you're going to have to go there to that platform and explain yourself to what's going on. Because especially if it's doing something that is harming your image. And Kevin Hart is in a situation to where that actually is harming his image because they was getting off the most craziest racist jokes and he's sitting there, and yeah, Regina Hall wasn't feeling that. She was not feeling none of that of what was going on. She like, all right, y'all doing too much. And even with The Rock, the Rock, it was so messed up that even The Rock, with his corny ass jokes, even he was being bypassed in the whole situation because we was like, Rock, you don't even know what you want to be, Samoan or white man, or you want to be black. You don't know what you want to do. They strayed away so far from the general consensus of how the general public feels about certain things. They lost in the sauce. Kevin Hart, all of them type of people is lost in the sauce, and I can't necessarily blame them, mind you, because they live basically almost a billionaire lifestyle, so that comes with it. But now when you try to ground yourself and say, "Hey guys, I'm here with you," and then you just say some dumb shit like in defense, it's like, nah, brother, no, it doesn't work like that.
One of the best sets between Tony and Cheryl, and I would say Naeem had a really strong set.
Naeem had a very strong set. I was laughing out loud at Tony until that.
Until the joke.
But not even just that joke. I don't like when people joke about violent, tragic death. I liked Pete's set, and then I was like, why you had to say anything about Charlie?
Pete had a great set too. Pete had a.
I ain't gonna lie, that was hate. Because everybody know Cat Williams had the best set of that roast, and he named everybody but Cat Williams. Yeah, man, that's hate, Mr. Hart.
Charlie Kirk joking.
Yeah.
Like, would I tell those jokes? No. But do I get why they're being told? Mm-hmm. Yes. Like, I'm not looking at Pete crazy. I'm not looking at Tony crazy. Like, that's what I know what you're going to do. Mm-hmm. I know your style of comedy. I'm going to appreciate humor. I don't get affected by the attempt of humor. I get it, right? In this case, like, do more. It's my production. We're live. The more is what?
You losing us, man. You losing us, brother. So we understand the racial undertones of comedy. We understand. I grew up, Andrew Dice Clay was something. And he was able to get his quote-unquote dirty jokes off. We know what dirty comedy is. Paul Mooney is very good at it. Andrew Dice Clay is very good at it. You know what I'm saying? George Carlin, he can straddle in between sometimes, but he also gets off a certain truth. But when it comes to dirty comedy, they also understand the line between making a point and just being plain old bigots. And Tony Hinchcliffe was a bigot. Like, if you ever seen Kill Tony, like, it was getting to a point like, all right, man, what they doing? Like, they was making a minstrel stroll out of the one black kid that's on Saturday Night Live. And it's wild because they made him embarrass himself so bad to the point that, like, all right, we see you'll go for anything. We'll put you on Saturday Night Live. Like, we have reached a point to where they try to use freedom of speech now as a reason just to be straight up racist bigots. And they don't understand the First Amendment when it comes to freedom of speech. Nobody understands that. Do you understand the First Amendment when it comes to freedom of speech protects you from the government? It does not protect you from personal. It does not protect you from any of that whatsoever. Hold on, cuz I'm in the middle of filming right now. But freedom of speech does not protect you from your personal liabilities if you acting a fool in front of somebody. It only protects you from the government. So they're using this whole guise of freedom of speech to be racist online, to have live streams. You see people like Chud the Builder to try to be racist to people and then turn around. Now he got into a violent altercation, and had to shoot somebody due to the fact of him being a racist bigot to people and actually being threatening and entering their personal space. And they tried to use the guy. No, man, it's just a word. It's just a word. We know the history of the word. You know the history of the word. There's a reason why you wouldn't call gay people the F word. You know the history of that. And you know what comes with it. You know you would get canceled from that. There's a reason why you're not going to call Jewish people the names you're going to call them, because you know the history of the word. You know what happened with the Holocaust. You know the power and liability that happened to it. That happened to you. So the reason why that you do these things and use these words under the guise of freedom of speech and say it to us because you feel like there's no consequence outside of one-on-one violence, but then you want to perpetuate that black people are violent because you used a false narrative of black-on-black crime and used a false narrative that, you know, all black people are violent and miseducated and this, that, and the third. They use that narrative against us and say, well, look at what I just did. All I did was call him a word. Look at them. They're tripping out. Like, no. We know the intent. The intent is to be a bigot. The intent is to be verbally abusive. The intent is not, you're not using it in no endearing term. So it's like, okay, why do black people use it? Because we use it in endearing term to each other. Just like women, they call each other the B word in an endearing term. Just like, you know, the white boy, they call each other crackers in an endearing term. Hey, what's up, cracker boy? Whatever. Yeah. They literally have a prison game called Dirty White Boys. So you understand the use of this amongst each other in the inside of the group. But what happens when somebody from the outside of the group calls you that? and they call you it in malice. It's a problem. So you 100% understand daily, because you're not going to go around sitting here calling people of the LGBT community the F word. You're not going to be going around calling them, because what do? You understand the power and the impact of the words of bigotry and racism. But no, when it comes to the subset of Black Americans in the United States, all of a sudden, no, we don't want to use this word. Well, I don't understand what is the issue with us specifically. Specifically, why? It comes to everything else, but as soon as it comes to the N word, we want to use it. We want for what? Mexicans too? Hispanic community, all of that, yeah, that too. What? And then you get the Hispanic community. You get one has to say that I know blacks, and you get the other ones can say, oh well, our people are Taino. Was it Taino? What is it Taino? What is it Taino? I don't. Something like that. We come from Guerrero and all of that, and we're black, and now all of a sudden it's black in your heritage when you want to use the word, but then all of a sudden when it comes to work together, hire us. We saw the voting. Now it's F us. We saw the voting. We saw the voting from the Hispanic community. We've seen it. We can see the numbers. You can literally Google and bring up the numbers. Y'all don't feel the same way we do when it comes to people of color, minority. So when they see the quote unquote great step back from black people and see that we don't want to be involved, we're not coming here to save the country. We're not doing any of that. We're just stepping back and we're in our own cocoon. And everybody, where's the black people at? They're supposed to be helping out here. They're supposed to fight for America. Fight for what America? We have been shown literally since the inception of this that we were not liked and people wanted to enslave, gone and genocided. So fight for what? Oh, well, then you can leave. Okay, then if we all left, what's going to happen? It's going to be Lord of the Flies. You're not going to take each other out. It's going to be the Dark Ages again. Leave what if we already been here? We're indigenous to this land. We got to stop playing and stop sitting here trying to act like we don't know. We're indigenous to this land. When Christopher Columbus first came over here, the first people that he saw was us, people that looked like me. Did not see those $5 Indians. He ain't see those people that they try to tell y'all, them light-skinned people, mixed people that try to tell y'all those are the Native Americans. No. They did not see those people. They saw people that looked like me. Brown skin, clay-colored black folks. There are literally no pictures of us coming over on boats, but there's pictures of everyone else coming over on boats. Literally. We understand the whitewashing and lighting up the pictures. We see that. We see the history being erased. But in typical Black American culture, we tell our stories still by mouth, by family, by lineage. All the stories get passed down from our grandfathers, grandmothers, great-grandmothers. The stories get passed down and we pass them down to our children. And what happened? Y'all can erase every book that you want to in the United States. As long as we still have a voice and still can speak, the stories still get passed down to the next generation from an early age. So we don't need nobody else's books made by McGraw-Hill, a.k.a. Ghislaine Maxwell's dad, to tell us our history or tell us the version of history that they want to tell you. We don't need that whatsoever. We don't need that to validate us. And I think that is a big problem. I think that is the biggest problem and why there is an issue with Black Americans, because we never needed nobody else to validate us. We're not looking for approval. We're not the Africans. We're not looking for Caucasian approval. We're not looking for approval from nobody. We're not looking for approval from Asians, Russians, other Africans, Europeans. We're not looking for approval from nobody. The Hispanic community or nothing. That's why people rock with us. That's why people like our clothing style, because we took what we had and made what we had to do. This is why people love our food. We took what we had and did what we had to do in our own accord for survival. We didn't look for nobody else to say, oh, it's okay to do this. Everyone else does that, and that is other people's problem. Hey, why you guys ain't falling in line with European culture? Why? Because we got our own. We have ours. And that's I think that is the problem. Because we don't fall in line with nobody else's culture. It's ours. Everybody want to rock with ours. We have the most pillaged culture in world history, in human history. People pillaged the hell of our culture. We had this little thing called hip hop, took over the world. Now they're trying to suppress it. Good. We want hip hop to go back underground so it can be ours again. We don't care who y'all put out there. Y'all try to throw Eminem in there just because he put a whole bunch of words together. But what Eminem always knew was to respect the culture. He can't tell our story. He only can tell his. We welcome him with open arms, and we love him because he respected the culture. Same thing with Mac Miller, respected the culture. Same thing with MGK. He respected the culture. He has a black daughter. So we respect who respects our culture. But when you come in and just try to exploit it and be a capitalist and make money off of it, we not rocking with you. So y'all got, come on now. So yeah, going through that little mini history lesson, how are you wilding out? You wilding out. You got to look some of your people in the face. Other communities, but the crazy part, some of them might not even say nothing because you writing them a check. Man, that's the problem with power, because you feel like nobody can't tell you nothing. So you might feel like you're wrong. They're gonna be like, yeah, man, I don't know. Everybody else tripping. I don't know what they saying, bro. They tripping though. They not. Millions of people just tripping all of a sudden. Nah, ain't nobody gonna tell you nothing. Ain't nobody gonna tell you nothing. Man, y'all be easy, man. I'll catch you on the next one.